as you mentioned, there's multiple challenges that we're facing. One being lack of standards, fragmentation of taxonomies and policies and roadmaps. Um, Two being that disclosures are not there. It's not comparable. So like institution like us playing in the international field, we need to balance out the local considerations versus the international standards, especially the debt investors. The standards are very different from the local considerations that we have to take into account. But
How do you manage that? How do you manage that? How do you
Putting-
bridge the gap?
yeah, putting everything aside as an external independent opinion provider, what we're trying to do and solve for our investors are filtering out greenwashing and social washing potential risks around those greenwashing and social washing. And that's why we have built out our assessment framework to avoid such potential risks. And that is to look into the actual contribution of these projects going beyond just checking against the alignment against like ICMA principles, but really going beyond that to provide scoring systems from 1 to 5 on the actual contribution. And we look into the relevance of the projects or the KPIs, scope of KPIs, whether it only covers scope 1, 2, or even 3. If it's aviation sector, scope 1 and 2, probably the relevance is there. If you're an airport, no, because scope 3 will be your majority of your emissions. So we look into the relevance in the scope as well as the actual magnitude, where we will be looking in whether it's following the internationally accepted taxonomies or SBTI pathways or IEA pathways and so on and so forth. But additionally, there are two more steps that will filter the risk of green and social washing. Is one, how these projects and issuers are managing the externalities, the ENS risk externalities. So whether the management process is there, we will be looking into that. And lastly, more and most importantly, coherence. So if an issuer is investing in renewables, let's say $1 billion in renewables, but continue to invest $100 billion in fossil fuel-based activities, we think that's not coherent with the overall sustainability globally, nationally, and also industry-wise, as well as as a corporation itself. That we think that it's not coherent. So